Hi everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply, and I'm here today to share with you some tutorials on how to make some great projects. We are having a huge clearance sale going on right now over on our website at abcbeadsupply.com, up to 80% off, minimum 30% off, I believe. And we've just got a huge assortment of all different things: silicone, acrylic, 12 millimeter, 20 millimeter shapes, 8 millimeter, focals, you name it. We've got something from pretty much every category listed in that clearance sale. So today I want to show you some different things that you can create featuring some of the items that you can get on sale now. Everything that is in the sale are products that we're discontinuing, so they're only going to be available while supplies last. So you're going to want to hop on over to snag those while we still have the inventory. You don't need a code or anything. Everything, all the prices are already reflected on the website there. So the first thing that I'm going to show you are these watercolor heart acrylic focal beads. These have been a huge seller for the past few years now, but it's time to swap them out. And we are also, those are being discontinued and in the sale collection, these watercolor hearts. And then also we're going to be discontinuing these ombre chrome pens. So these 5 pens are discontinuing and on that list. So we're just going to show you, ironically, they go together perfectly. So we're going to show you these fun pens that use both of them. So this is kind of a 2-for-1. It's featuring both the watercolor hearts and those ombre chrome pens that are both on sale. These pens are super easy to stamp together. So you're just going to take one of the pens and unscrew the base of it. The pens adjust on both sides, so both this top part and the bottom have screw rungs that can be adjusted to make more beading space or less beading space on that rod. So I like to start with the top one twisted all the way shut, and then I can loosen it a little bit if we need a little bit more beading space to fit the beads on that rod. But I like to start with it all the way closed and secure. We're going to be using a gold matte 8 millimeter bead, and then one of those fun watercolor hearts. Then we've got a gold lentil, silicone lentil. Each of these pens feature a different color of an illusion bead. This is the turquoise. Then they all have a gold, the gold beads are the same on each of these. So the matte gold 8 millimeter, gold lentil, the illusion beads change in color, and then we've got a gold crystal rondelle spacer and a gold UV 12 millimeter acrylic. So once you get everything on that rod, I always recommend putting a little dab of E6000 on the base of this rod. I'm not going to be keeping this pen together, so I'm not going to glue it, but you can put just a little bit of a dab of E6000 on the base of that before you put it back into the beadable pen rod holder, and then that way it'll just ensure that it doesn't come apart. You would want to do the same on the top too. Once you are good to go and have a design that you know you want to keep, just to glue those ends to be sure that the beads don't twist off. The pens twist to open to dispense that ink. We do have ink refills available. Super easy to change them out. Black, red, even blue, and even pencil tip refills are all available on the site too. So that is the turquoise version of this pen. And then they're all just going to be kind of the same. I'll show you one more. We don't really need to go through each one, but just to repeat once, you've got your matte gold, your watercolor heart, gold lentil, the illusion bead, gold rondelle spacer, and gold UV shine. And then we'll just twist that right back into the pen rod like that. And you're going to want to repeat that for all of them to make this really fun set of pens. So that is the first project, which is just kind of 5 projects, a whole set for you. The next thing I'm going to show you is, let's get all the pens out of the way. So we have one more pen. Actually, I lied. We have 2 more pens. So this pen is not on sale, but I wanted to show you the iridescent ring. These are on sale and they come in, I want to say 7 colors. I think one of the colors may have already sold out. I think there's still 7 left. These holes on these do fit the beadable pen rods, and they're fun because you can put silicone beads, focals right inside of them, just to kind of give them an extra little bit of oomph. So in order to make a pen with that, you're going to want to kind of line up the hole in the silicone and the hole in the acrylic scallop, and then just go through both of them, just like that. Then we're going to add a silicone abacus. This is the Robin Egg abacus, and then a silicone coral pink. Now, you can see that this does not fit that pen rod. So I'm going to loosen up. I'm going to take this end and loosen up the tip of that pen, just like so that I can squeeze that silicone to expose more of that rung, so I can squeeze, screw that into place and have that actually fit. So you really have a lot of flexibility with those rods, especially when you use silicone, because the silicone can be smushed. If you're just using acrylic, you don't have that give. It's harder to do that. But with the silicone, you can really squish them on that pen rod and adjust them so that everything can get fit on and work for you. So this is just fun because this can kind of spin right around in the center of the circle. Makes a really fun pen. This is our newest Boss Babe, one of our newest silicone focals, the Boss Babe. That's also available on the site, not in the sale collection, but these acrylic iridescent rings are, and they're super fun. The last pen I've got is this fun Baseball Coach pen. Our Coach silicones are all on sale aside from the softball. We're going to be keeping the softball ones around, but baseball, basketball, football, we've got several other Coach, sporting Coach pens that are all part of the sale. And so I'm just going to do this on a black pen. I'm going to try to keep the Coach one a little bit more masculine for baseball, because I know there's more male Coaches, not that there's not female Coaches, but there's more male. So we're not going to put any rhinestones or bling on this one. And we've got a red translucent pumpkin 8mm, a baseball 15mm silicone, black lentil silicone, and a red 12mm silicone, all being paired with that Baseball Coach silicone focal bead. And then we'll just screw that in place. And these are fun because your kids can make these up for their Coaches. You could do Coach gifts really easily with that. So that's the Baseball Coach one. And then the other project that I'll show you is a beaded badge reel. Our brown beach ball and polka dot beads are on sale. They're included. We've had these around to pair with football. And they really go nice with kind of the team apparel and all that kind of stuff. These acrylic acrylic accents are available on the site. They're pre-printed, pre-cut, all set to go. Like they're just, the acrylic is completely done. It's not a template or anything. So these you can just attach right to a badge reel. I'm showing this badge reel with the browns, since the browns are on sale, but you could also do this badge reel for your team colors. We've got all of our beach ball beads are part of the sale. Only gray and brown are part of the sale for the polka dots, but all of our beach ball beads are on sale besides the black. We're keeping black, and then the other colors are being discontinued. So you could do your team colors as well, instead of making it a neutral football if you wanted. But we wanted to just keep it neutral for this video. So to make the badge reel, you're gonna stretch out that cord and you're gonna wrap it around your hand so that it can't shoot back into the reel. And then you're gonna take a pair of pliers and you're gonna open up, stick them right in that triangle to open up that little triangular metal component. And then we're going to just push out the thread. Every once in a while, they don't want to push out on their own. So if you just grab a bead reamer, you can poke that cord out a little bit. Just kind of push it through, help to wiggle it back through the other end of it. Sometimes it just gets a little stuck and needs a little help. Other times you can just push it right out. There we go. So you're just trying to free that knot. And then once you have freed the knot, just trim that knot off because you're wanting to remove this piece. Now this is really where it gets really important not to let this part slip from your hand, because you want to get all of your beads on and get it all secure before you let go. So it's okay to take a little bit of length off to have room to actually do your beading, but you don't want to let go on those until you get your beads on. So you'll get those beads on, and then you're just going to reattach everything. So that thread is going to go right back through that base, and you're going to do a double knot in the end. And once your knot is secured, then and only then is it safe to let go, because it's all gonna just slurp right back up into that. Then you've got that part, and you're gonna just take this triangular piece and reattach it to the base. I know some places are carrying beaded badge reel, beadable badge reels now that are like the pens where the rod is attached to the top of the badge reel. We've chosen not to carry those pretty intentionally. When you're wearing, and that's for functionality, when you're wearing a badge reel, you don't want this to, especially if you're wearing a badge reel on your pocket. Our testing of that style found that it's really not comfortable to have a sturdy rod. You would imagine, you know, it's a metal rod sticking out instead. There's no give to that. So you bend over and that rod is just going to poke you. So if you're wearing that on your pocket, that rod is just going to poke. Whereas beading it on the thread that the badge reel is intended for, you can move this, you can twist it. You're not going to bend over and get pushed with a rod in your chest. You're gonna just have those beads move with you. So they're a lot more comfortable for the wearer, even though these take a little bit more time to make. You can do the exact same thing. You actually have more flexibility by doing it this way, because you can make the beaded portion as long or as short as you want. And because this thread is so much thinner, you're really not locked into any rod sizing either. So there's a lot more flexibility, lower cost, plus more comfort for the wearer. So we've had a few people ask us about carrying those, and that's the reason why we haven't. So I just wanted to explain that. We really think that this is a much better, more comfortable, more practical solution. Then these acrylic accents, I put tape on this to hold it in place, because I'm not going to keep this one assembled. But to attach the acrylic pieces, there is protective film on the front and back. The back one falls off really easily. You'll see it right away. The back one is a little bit more of a grab on it, and it's just to protect it from scratches. So that you'll peel off. And then all you need is a hot glue gun. Add some hot glue gun to the center of your badge reel and push that accent right on. Just hold it for 5 seconds while it cures, and you're good to go. That'll stay right on there for you. So the brown beads of this, plus all beach ball style beads, are part of our clearance sale that are going on now over on our website, abcbeadsupply.com. I have 2 more projects for you. Our sandy marble beads, they've been one of my favorites, but they just haven't been as popular as some of the other styles. So we're going to say goodbye to them. I think they're stunning. One of my all-time favorites. So I'm sad to see these go, and I had to spotlight them in this tutorial. They come in 6 different colors. I've got a lanyard here using 4 of them, and then all of the colors are on the wristlet. But they're just so pretty. They've got this really nice, like wood grain, sandy, they look, I named them a sandy marble just because that's what it reminded me of. It looks like a marble, but it looks like there's just kind of these brown sandish greens in them. So super pretty. They come in both 20 millimeter and 12 millimeter. And these are just some really nice, neutral, everyday wear wristlet and lanyard options with them. I know a lot of you like to do like the themed silicone type things on lanyards and stuff, but sometimes, especially depending on where you work, it's nice just to have something a little bit more simple and colorful. So for the lanyard, you're going to take a piece of, this is just the ivory satin 1.5 millimeter cord. And you're going to take a length of that. I always get questions about the length. It is different for every person and every wearer. People have very, very different preferences on where they want their lanyard to hit. So that's really something for you to determine on where you want that to hit at your chest. I personally don't like a lanyard flapping over The girls, I like it longer and lower, but some people, especially maybe if you're shorter, don't want it as low. So really personal preference there. You're gonna fold the cord in half and you're gonna attach it. The folded end is gonna go right through this little swivel portion of the keychain. Oh, these are on sale too. We're discontinuing the rose gold metal finish of the keychain. So the rose gold is going to be leaving us. We're keeping the silver, gold, and rainbow. The rose gold we're saying goodbye to. So you're gonna attach that there, and then you're gonna hold both ends of the cord together to put the beads on. The other thing that's really nice about these Sandy Marble beads is the holes are so big in them. In fact, I'm gonna test this here. I've never tried it on a wine stopper. Do I have a wine stopper around? I do. We actually have some gold wine stoppers that are on the sale. They have small blemishes on them. We have a blemished lot that are deeply discounted. We didn't want to throw them out because you can touch them up and personal preference, but they were ones that we couldn't sell at full price. So those are part of the clearance sale. We also have non-damaged ones available on the website at regular price. So let's see, will this fit? It does. So very few 20 millimeter beads fit the wine rods. They're a lot thicker than the pens, and these Sandy Marble do. So that's another nice feature. I'm gonna have to design a wine stopper with these when I'm done with this video. Should have done that first. Just thought of it as I was talking. Okay, so once those are together, you're gonna put your beads on. And I did 4 instead of 5. I felt like it, or I'm sorry, 6 colors. I did 4 instead of all 6 as I felt like it just got too long putting all the colors. So I was selective in what colors I put on the lanyard. And then finished it off with a wood hexagon just to give a little bit of added texture and texture on all fronts. Both the hexagon is texture and then the wood is another element of texture. So then you're going to take the ends of the satin, you're going to pop it right through and tie a knot. And then before you knot this other side, I always like to make sure that I'm tying that knot in the exact same spot so that the ends are even. So just kind of hold my finger to mark that. And then put a double knot on that side. Just like so. And then you've got a fun lanyard that you can put your ID badge, keys, whatever it is that you need for the day at work. So super fun. Okay, last but not least is the wristlet version of these beads. So I've had a lot of questions about using elastic cord on wristlets over the cotton cord that we've shown in previous videos. The cotton cord works nicely if you're using silicone beads because silicone already has some give to it. So you can put the wristlet on without really needing that elastic because the silicones bend themselves. If you're going to be using all acrylic beads on a wristlet, so acrylic, this is acrylic and wood, in order to make the elastic work and not stretch too much, not have too much give to it once you add the weight of your keychain, we found that the best thing to do is to double it up and make sure you pre-stretch. So you're just gonna go through the whole length of your elastic cord that you're working with, and you're just gonna pre-stretch the whole way down to get any slack, excessive slack out of the elastic. It's still going to have stretch, but the excessive slack that would make your project lose shape will be out of it. And then if you double it up, it's just going to make it a bit stronger so that you have less give with the weight of things on it. So I don't even remember. Let's see, what color did I start with? I think I started with pink. We'll go for it. We'll see how that looks. And because these holes are so wide, doubling up that cord is really no problem. It shouldn't be a problem with any of the acrylic though. So I'm just going to alternate Sandy Marble, wood, Sandy marble, wood. These are the 15 millimeter wood beads, going down a size a little bit from the 20, just to give some nice variation and in size. Again, combining size and texture. And the wood pairs really nicely with the sandy marble with that green look. This has the most downtime in this project to watch because there's a lot of beads to put on. All right, almost done. Let's see. I changed up my pattern towards the end here just so that we didn't end with the same ones right next to each other. One of every color wasn't quite enough. I needed two more. I wanted two more. You might be able to get away with just one more, but I liked it a little longer. Okay, so once you've got all of the beads on, you're gonna take your keychain. Again, the rose gold is also part of the sale in addition to the sandy marble. And then you're just going to knot, and you're gonna really want to make your knot snug on this because again, you want some give of the elastic, but not too much. And for that last one, just do an extra little tuck around it to really ensure that it holds. And then you'll trim those ends. And by doubling it up, pre-stretching and really making your knots nice and tight, you don't have to worry about too much. There's going to be a little bit of pull, but not too much pull on that. Enough to wear it, but not so much that it's going to really droop. These keychains do have these little swivels on them. It's what we had used to attach the actual lanyard itself to. You could add a charm to that or a tassel or something like that. You can also just remove them. I felt like there's so much going on with the beads on this one that it really didn't need anything else. So if it were me, I would just open up the jump ring that it's connected to and close it right back up and just do without that component and keep it simple. All right. So thanks for joining me today. We had a lot of stuff going on. We've got the sandy marble and the rose gold. These iridescent rings are on sale. Both the chrome ombre and the watercolor beads. The brown beach ball, all beach ball styles in 12 and 20. The brown polka dot, was that all? I feel like we did more. Where did I? You should see my craft station over my like throw off way station, not throw away. Shove off to the side. There we go. I found it. I think that was everything. Okay, so on our blog, our website has a blog, abcbeadsupply.com. There's a blog post with photos, still photos of all these projects, so that you don't have to keep pausing or rewinding or anything on the video. You can go to that blog post for photos for duplicating the projects, and then we've got the complete supply lists with everything that was used in that blog post too, so that you don't have to go hunting the website to find what was used to duplicate your projects. We keep it nice and easy for you. So head on over to abcbeadsupply.com to check out the blog post and to shop the sale. Have a great day, everybody.